At the age of 21 years old, I was able to make $30,000 every single month, and I live in a third world country. But the thing is, I don't like to show off that I'm rich. A lot of haters are going to comment and control or throw all over my comment section saying you don't look rich, you don't do all this, where is your Lamborghini, where is this? And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck about what you think. And the reason I don't give a fuck about what you think is because you are broke and I am enjoying the money, the spoils of my work. But now, in this video, basically what I'm going to talk about is why you shouldn't start talking too much when you start making money. Way back, before I ever achieved any form of success, I always used to tell myself that if I made even the smallest amount of money, I would use it to spoil myself and buy myself all of these luxury items and show off to all of my haters that I was able to achieve the success that I've always dreamed of. But alas, actually getting that money and having some experience, buying some of the things that I've wanted, I have come to the conclusion that it is quite useless to flaunt your wealth and actually show, I don't know how many people, even me who's running a YouTube channel where I basically rely on the fact that I'm making $35,000 as a 21-year-old to bring in clients. I still don't like to show off that I'm making that much money. I know people are different and many people have different goals in life. And for some people, the main reason you work hard to just get rich and get out of the matrix so you can start earning financial freedom is so that you can show your haters that you can actually do it, or you can start flaunting on Instagram, showing the whole world that you are now a baller. But quite frankly, I'm not that kind of person, and hopefully this video will rub off to the same type of people. All in all, whether you're a person who likes to flaunt and flex or you don't like to flaunt and flex, this video will benefit you either way. The first reason why it is not a good thing to flaunt your success or your wealth is because it's simply not necessary for people to know how you are doing financially. If you have lived on earth for more than 10 years, you do realize by now that nobody actually cares. If you're sick, nobody cares. If you're rich, nobody cares. If you're broke AF, nobody cares. The main person who you are supposed to impress is yourself, and the only way you can do this is not by impressing others, but by using the newfound wealth that you've built to create something of your own, something that is going to benefit you in the long run. The main reason why I don't like to show people that I'm rich, bro, I don't give a fuck what you say, I'm rich. Showing people that you are financially successful could be a security risk. Once you start publishing out there that you're successful, you can afford A, B, C, D, it simply means you are basically putting a sign on top of your house that says rob me. Because if people who are making millions and millions of dollars who can afford very sophisticated security inputs in their houses are getting robbed, what makes you think you person who is making 50, 100K a month, what makes you think you're so special that nobody's gonna rob you? Let's come back to reality for a second. This is reality, right? Everybody is jealous of you. Everybody is trying to get hold of what you have. But if you are too blinded by your desire to flex and make people feel like you are this bigger than life person who all of a sudden is now better than everybody else, it's inevitable that people are gonna have bad intention for you. And when they have bad intentions for you, you're gonna get yourself robbed. And I don't think you want that. I don't want that for myself either, and I don't want that for you. But if you flaunt your success, always telling people how much money you're making, your possessions, always buying unnecessary things to impress people, then you're basically inviting criminals over to your house so they can steal from you. If not your house, then yourself. I remember 2 years ago, I had a friend of mine. He had a father. Unfortunately, he passed on, but the thing is, he was robbed. He was stabbed to death. My friend's father was actually a millionaire. He was doing quite well for himself. He used to run a business while he was working. And despite the fact that he was a millionaire, he still used to work a job. But the thing is, it was a high-level job and it used to contribute to his financial abundance. But the thing was, he was a very materialistic person. He owned a Lamborghini, a big house, and a very, very big ego on him that always told people that he was making way more than them. And this would really piss people off. Particularly, it used to piss off his workmates. Now, unfortunately, in a turn of events, One of his workmates tracked him down, found out where he lived, and he hired people to stab him to death. But fortunately, he was caught that he was the one who organized his murder, but he's dead now. But the thing is, all of those problems wouldn't have happened if he just kept the wealth to himself. All in all, I'm saying, it doesn't hurt you if you just make that money and keep it low key, keep it right here, keep it down to earth. Another disadvantage, another huge disadvantage that I've seen with flaunting your wealth on social media is the fact that people who you choose to hire as contractors may just look at you, look at the house you live in, look at the cars you're driving, and decide to charge you extra prices that they wouldn't normally charge people who don't flaunt such a lifestyle. You've seen it out there. There are billionaires, not just millionaires like you possibly are, not just people who are making 100K a month, 50K a month. I have seen billionaires who just dress up casually, drive a regular car, and live in a very sizable house that doesn't scream that I am filthy rich, right? You see people like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg. These are people who really like to keep it low-key with their wealth. It's just that they are famous for creating the well-known social media platforms, so it's kind of inevitable that they are famous and are known for this type of shit. But you've never known Mark Zuckerberg to be a type of person to take pictures with Lamborghinis and start flossing on the internet now. Another sensitive reason on why you should conceal your wealth the moment you start making money is for ethical reasons, right? People are evil in this world, which means someone could just literally kidnap your son and demand X amount of money from you, kidnap your wife and demand X amount of money from you. You become essentially a walking target. As much as it is good to be financially free, it's also a ticking time bomb because you are inviting all sorts of things into your life. Just as much as you are inviting opportunities, you are also inviting trouble. Myself, I'm a 21-year-old making $35,000 a month, but I choose to live low key. You will not know that I'm doing financially well if you were to meet me in person. Like, for example, I just like to, of course, I'm going to dress up smartly depending on the occasion. I'm going to drive a freaking... It will not increase your bank account to show people that you are making a significant amount of money. I could do so much more, but the thing is, I understand how money works. Money is not something that will enable you to change your life. It's a tool that will enable you to live the best life possible. So, in order to live the best life possible, instead of buying liabilities that are going to take money away from you, I would highly recommend buying assets that would multiply your wealth. And once the wealth is multiplied, you can start spending money on things that you want. You can buy that Lamborghini you've always wanted. You can buy a Ferrari. Things that your heart has always desired, especially if you know for a fact these things won't take away from your budget. And if you know for a fact that the wealth curve is all the way here, but your expenses are just somewhere here, right? You always need to keep this like this. What some people unfortunately do is their wealth curve is here, but their expenses are all the way here, right? Which keeps them essentially broke. The difference between people who are poor and rich people who keep their expenses all the way up here is the fact that they're both stuck. They don't have enough money to invest in assets that would generate them more wealth to take them further in life. That is basically just what I wanted to talk about in this video. Quite frankly, I did not even feel like recording a video today, but somebody, a wise man, once told me, do the hard work, especially when I don't feel like it, and boy oh boy am I not feeling like it today. So if you found this video helpful, show your boy that effort was worth it by clicking the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll be cranking out more videos every now and then. But that being said, thanks so much for watching the video. I'll be seeing you again in the next video. Check out this video instead on how to build mental resilience as an entrepreneur. In this video, I was more energized and less I don't feel like it. I do the hard work even if I don't feel like it. So